Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on the screen in your hand. And yeah, the one in your living room too. Because behind those bright, beautiful pixels, there's a fierce technological battle raging. And it's a battle that makes everything you see possible. Every single time you look at your phone or you kick back to watch TV, you're looking at a tiny miracle of engineering. Seriously, millions of individual lights are firing in perfect sync to create those incredible images. It's something we totally take for granted, right? But the real magic, the secret sauce, isn't just the pixels you see. It's the invisible system that's controlling every single one of them, turning a simple signal into a moving picture. So what on earth is this hidden command center? Well, it's called the backplane. The best way to think of it is like the display's nervous system. It's this incredibly complex grid of microscopic switches. They're called thin film transistors, or TFTs, and they tell every single pixel what to do, when to light up, when to shut off, and exactly what color to be. And it's in this hidden world that our two contenders are fighting for dominance. All right, first up in the ring, we've got the reigning champion of the mobile world. This is the technology that's almost certainly powering that stunning screen right in your pocket. It's called LTPS. LTPS, that stands for low temperature polycrystalline silicon. And its whole claim to fame is pretty simple. It's all about speed and performance. Pure, incredible speed. It's the tech that gives us those super sharp resolutions and silky smooth refresh rates that we now expect from our phones. So how does LTPS get so fast? Well, it comes down to this really fascinating and pretty complex manufacturing process. You start with a layer of just regular, kind of messy silicon. Then you blast it with a super powerful laser. This laser zaps across the surface, instantly melting the silicon. As it cools down, it recrystallizes into this beautiful, orderly structure. And that new organized structure, well, that's the key. It creates perfect little superhighways for electrons to just race through. And just how fast are we talking? Well, we measure this speed with something called electron mobility. For LTPS, the number is around 100. Now, don't worry about the units. What really matters is the comparison. That number means it's about 100 times faster than the old standard. 100 times. This is exactly the kind of speed you need to control millions of tiny pixels on a small smartphone screen. But of course, that incredible speed comes at a price. That whole complex laser process is really expensive and super difficult to get right, especially on bigger surfaces. It can create these tiny little imperfections in the silicon crystals, and that can lead to a display flaw called mura. You might see it as faint, smudgy spots or just uneven brightness on your screen. So the takeaway? LTPS is a speed demon for sure, but it's expensive and it can be a little bit finicky. Okay, let's move on to our second contender. This is the undisputed titan of the living room, oxide semiconductor, or just OS. Now, if LTPS is all about raw speed, OS is playing a totally different game. Its main strengths are incredible uniformity across huge surfaces, and its ability to scale up to massive sizes. You can probably see where this is going. It's absolutely perfect for TVs. And what's really wild is just how quickly OS took over the big screen market. I mean, it went from being a lab demonstration in 2004 to powering gigantic 8K TVs just a little over a decade later. That incredibly fast adoption all comes down to its unique advantages for making things big. And I mean really big. Just think about the scale here. We're talking about making flawless backplanes for TVs that are 88 inches or even bigger. Trying to do that with this super precise laser process for LTPS would be incredibly difficult and ridiculously expensive. But OLED? It can be mass-produced on what the industry calls Gen 8 glass. That's a single piece of glass the size of a king-size bed. That's what makes it perfect for these giant screens. And here's the secret sauce to that scalability. To make LTPS, you have to build brand new, highly specialized, and very expensive factories with all those fancy laser systems. But oxide semiconductor? Now this is the game changer. You can basically add the OS process on top of existing proven factory lines. That makes it way cheaper and easier to just churn out these massive backplanes. So, we've got the speedy champion for your phone versus the heavyweight titan for your TV. It's time to put them head to head. When it comes to raw speed, well, it's not even a contest. LTPS, with its electron mobility around 100, is just in a league of its own. It is a full 10 times faster than oxide semiconductor.
10 times. That massive performance gap is the number one reason why LTPS is the undisputed king of high-resolution mobile screens.
Okay, so this really breaks it all down, doesn't it? LTPS wins on pure speed, which makes it perfect for mobile displays. But its big challenges are the high cost, that risk of screen unevenness, and the fact that it's really hard to make on those huge Gen 8 sheets of glass. On the other side, you've got OLED. Its superpower is uniformity and massive scalability. It is the king of large TVs. And its main trade-off? Well, it's just slower. So, who's the ultimate winner here? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's kind of a split decision, and that leads us to the really exciting part, the future of our screens. Yeah, there's no single backplane to rule them all. Instead, what we have are two highly specialized technologies, and each one is perfectly optimized for its own little world. LTPS gives you the speed and pixel density for the device in your pocket, while OLED gives you the sheer scale and uniformity for that giant screen in your living room. But make no mistake, this battle is not over, not by a long shot. This backplane technology is the foundation for the entire next frontier of displays. We're talking about screens that can literally fold in half, roll up like a newspaper, turn completely transparent, or be molded into the dashboard of a car.
And you've got to wonder, right? As our screens start to bend and fold and just kind of disappear into the world around us, the demands on these hidden backplanes are going to change completely. So the final question is, will today's champions, LTPS and OSS, be able to adapt? Or is there an entirely new contender just waiting in the wings to win the next battle behind your screen?